I want to go over this double bass shuffle thing. A lot of people have asked me how I've sort of learned that, gotten a lot of compliments, which I really appreciate for the Simon Phillips Outback video that I did. And I want to show you how I break that down and some of the stuff Simon's done that I've always dug. The three songs that primarily I've always listened to for him are Outback, the one I did the video on, and then Space Boogie, Jeff Beck tune from 1980, where he played in 7. It's actually in 7/8. I think of it more as a 14/8 time signature. I'll show you why. And then the other one is Bodhisattva, which he did with Toto recently in sometime this decade. And some other cool stuff, Alex Van Halen, Hot for Teacher, and a bunch of other guys I know have done all kinds of things with this. But I want to show you how I break it down. Here's the thing about the shuffle is it's one of these things that the sum is greater than the parts. Each individual part is actually really simple. And I'll show you how I kind of approach it. The first thing I'd think of is we got to pick what foot to lead with your bass drum. For me, it's my left because I lead with my left hand. For most people, if you're leading with your right hand, you're going to be leading probably with your right foot. But when I say lead bass drum, it's just on the downbeat. The other, of course, to make the shuffle is the anticipation note, which if I played the downbeat here, I'm playing the bass drum like an anticipation. You put that together with the downbeat and you get your shuffle. Each one of those is not too fast to play, so it's just a matter of getting it to feel good. The thing you want, though, you really want to get a shuffle. You never want it to sound like it's single stroke roll or anything, nor do you want it too bouncy. You never want it. Anyway, on the lead hand, whether it's left or right, it's really a swing. I play like a swing beat, Like you're going to play some kind of jazz thing. The right hand, or for most people, their left hand, your snare hand. This is where things get interesting. What you're really doing here is, when you look at it alone, it's pretty easy. It's just this right here. It's really just singles, and they're not even that fast. It's not something that technically is really that difficult. You notice when I do the outside of the drum to the inside. The inside is my backbeat. The outside is kind of my ghost notes. So you got to have a little bit of touch for that. You've got to have... But you want it even. It should be when it really sound like this. It's an eighth note triplet. Real simple. So that's all there is to it. I mean, it's just a matter of putting it together in a way that grooves and in a way that's musical, that has some dynamics to it. So every note is not just bashed. It's got to have that. It's got to be a groove, so you got to have that subtlety where necessary. So here's the shuffle. Right? Playing like a jazz on my ride, and the shuffle. Now here. Again, the thing about it is not to play too loud every note. You don't want this. You don't want... Now, when I move it over here, look at what you get just out of doing your right hand. If I didn't even play my left hand, played it on my leg just so I can get it tight. And I did the right hand here. And again, I'm not hitting every note loud here. There's a lot of dynamics here. I'm not going. So it's a matter of putting all that together and then moving it around and doing some fills while you're doing it. Now, the thing about Outback, Simon does this thing where he kind of doubles up on his snare and brings it over, turns it over a little bit. So it's like this. Regular groove. Kind of like that. And then, of course, sped up, it sounds a lot different, but that's... So at full speed, or even faster than Simon, it's like this. Now, Space Boogie, if you've heard that, I definitely recommend checking that out, because to me, Space Boogie is the definitive double bass shuffle tune. The tempo is insane. Simon just rips it start to finish. It's just outrageous. I think of it, it's, I've heard people say, or, maybe even Simon, that it's a 7/8 tune, and it is, but I think of it more of as an 8 followed by a 6, which put them together, you get 14, it's 2 7s. So it kind of, same thing, but the way I just sort of, approach it. So the difference there is he's got this, instead of, he puts a double in there at the end of a measure. And then, of course, he plays around with it with all kinds of fills. I mean, it's a great track. It's on a Jeff Beck There and Back CD. Highly recommend it. But that's Space Boogie. And, of course, this stuff is all, you got Hot for Teacher, which is a derivative of this. When Alex Van Halen does Hot for Teacher, I don't hear him doing the ghost notes. He very well may do that. It may be gated in the recording where you don't really pick up on it. But he doubles up on the ride. You know how he does. Like that. And, of course, he does it during the intro. You've got that, pretty much all I got to say. I hope it helps some people, with it. It's pretty much what I've done to pick up on that groove. And thanks again for all the feedback and compliments on that track. And, if you have any questions about it, ask me.